Welcome to the Radiant Life podcast. I am your host, Tatiana, and I am a master mindset coach, and I'm obsessed with empowering you to live and create your best life possible. If you're looking to uplevel your mindset, life, happiness, and success, then you are in the right place. My goal with this podcast is to help you see the potential within yourself, to be able to break the limiting beliefs and habits that are holding you back, and to help you feel inspired to get clear with who you are in order to create the life you desire. Thank you so much for listening. Now let's get into today's episode. Hello and welcome back to the Radiant Life podcast. It is Sunday and I decided to record this podcast because there was a common theme throughout many of my coaching client calls this week that, you know what, maybe you can relate to them too. And I wanted to just share with you the advice I gave back to them. So let's just get into it. A lot of my clients came to me this week and they're just like, I'm feeling a lot of emotions, whether it was sadness, anger, anxiety, just, frustration, uncertainty. And they're like, I'm feeling so much and I'm doing everything to try to, raise my vibration and to get out of this little funk and to get back on my high vibe state. But nothing's working. I'm trying the meditation, I'm trying journaling, I'm trying gratitude rampage, but still nothing is working. Maybe you're listening here and you're relating. Maybe you're having the same week. You're kind of in a funk. Maybe you've had it before and you're like, ooh, I want to know how to get out of this before, in the future. Let's just dive into what I said to them. So pretty much what I said was, are you feeling the emotion? Because sometimes when we feel something, especially when you're on a self-discovery journey and how good it feels to feel high and to feel so happy and high vibrations and all this stuff, you want to be in there forever, right? But what I want to make sure this is really known is that we can't have the highs and we can't feel so great during the highs if we don't have the lows, right? You must have the lows to have the highs. And sometimes when we're feeling these emotions because they're icky, they don't feel good, we want to do whatever we can just to rush through the emotion so we can feel the high vibes again and feel good, right? So I asked them, and I'm going to ask you, are you allowing yourself to feel the emotions? Because society has this thing that it's not a good thing to feel sad. It's not a good thing to feel anger. Those are negative vibrations. Yes, of course, but we're human and we're going to have these vibrations. Whether you had a bad day, a fight, whatever it is, it's bound to happen. So are you allowing yourself to sit in the emotion? Sit in it. Sit in the sadness and cry. Sit in the anger and feel it. Scream. Maybe you put on some raging music and you stomp, you punch a pillow. Whatever it is that allows you to feel the emotion is what's going to allow you to overcome it. You need to feel the emotion to release it. You feel in order to heal. And again, shit happens. We're humans. It's life. And it's okay to have these quote unquote negative, more vibrational emotions. It's going to happen. And as you grow and as you evolve, you might be in that state, in that funk for a less amount of time. You'll know how to get through it more because you'll allow yourself to feel, you'll release baggage and whatnot. But it's not about always having a perfect life, always being happy and joyful, right? So if you're in a funk right now, or if you are in the future, or whatever it is, my tips to you to get out of it is to feel it. Just feel it. Maybe it'll last a couple hours, a day, hopefully not too much longer, but allow yourself to just feel the emotions. Don't judge yourself. Don't put a label on it and just feel it. And as you're sitting in the emotions, maybe ask yourself a few questions. What am I telling myself? So bring awareness to your thoughts, because if you keep telling yourself I just can't get over the sadness, or I'm just in a funk right now, I'm just in a funk, or I'm just so angry. If you keep telling yourself and validating the emotions, you're not going to move into it. 2 years ago, back in 2019, is that 3 years ago? 2. I can't do math. I kept telling myself, I'm in a funk, I'm in a funk, I'm in a funk, kind of excusing and validating the emotions I was feeling. But then what happened? I couldn't get out of the funk because I kept telling myself I'm in a funk. So just become aware of your thoughts and just say, you know what? I'm experiencing sadness right now, but I'm working through it. I'm experiencing anger right now, but I'm working through it. So you can tell yourself what you're feeling, but not saying it in a way that you're stuck there, right? Ask yourself, what am I making this mean? Am I making it sound like, oh, I'm not doing a good job because I'm just in this sadness and I'm not growing? Are you making it a bigger deal than you are? Like, what are you making it mean? And what can you learn from this moment, from these emotions, from these thoughts that are coming up? Can you learn that, oh man, this is reminding me of a previous experience I had in my past. Oh, maybe I need to do some like past baggage, inner child healing. That's something I never worked through in the past. That's making me feel stronger. What is it? Like, how can I grow from this? What can I learn from this, right? Ask yourself these questions as you're feeling it. Again, don't label it as good or bad. Don't put meaning to it. It's just an emotion. Emotions are just energy in motion. And then what I told them and what I'm telling you is just feel it. It's going to pass if you're becoming aware of your thoughts. And then you can tap into those practices of how to like shake it off, raise up your vibration. Maybe you do a meditation. Maybe you do a journaling. Maybe you do a gratitude rampage as you walk. A few other things is doing some dancing and shaking. Put on some good music that you love or that your little kid version of you love, like your Britney Spears, your Backstreet Boys, your NSYNC, and dance. Shake it off. Like imagine yourself shaking that energy. Like shake it off. What's that? Who sings that? I don't know who sings that. But put some music on. Or if you're experiencing anger, put on some maybe rock or heavy metal music, and maybe you're just jumping around and kicking and punching the air, or punching your pillow, or screaming a little bit. Like, it's okay to feel these emotions, but just find ways that allow you to feel them and release them. Okay? So I'm just here to tell you today, you're not alone. I go through it. My clients go through it. It's okay if you're in a state of just really emotional. It's all good. Don't put a label on it. Don't put meaning on it. It's just emotion. And in order to get through that funk, to get through it, just allow yourself to feel it so you can heal it. You grow through what you go through. And it's just your body and your subconscious way to release some emotion that you're going through. There's nothing wrong with you. It's all good. And just knowing that it will shake off in soon time, as long as you're aware of it, aware of what you're telling yourself, and you're using these mechanisms, allowing yourself to feel it versus repressing it, versus jumping to a meditation or journaling session to avoid the feelings that you're feeling, right? Feel it. And you'll heal it. And then you'll feel so much better after that. So that's just my, tips, my word of advice for you. If you're going through a little funk, if you're dealing with some emotions, feel it. I hope it helps. And let me know if you have any questions. So thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. I truly appreciate it. As always, if you found value with this, and you're like, oh, I just needed to hear that it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel angry. Take a screenshot, tag me. Send it to a friend that may be in a funk as well. And just let's remind each other that it's okay to feel these emotions. We are human. We're not meant to be perfect. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. And I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with me and write an Apple iTunes review so I can keep the good stuff coming your way. If you aren't following me already, you can find me on Instagram at Tatiana_Kuto. I appreciate you so much and cannot wait to see you in the next episode. In the meantime, continue to shine bright and embrace your radiance.